The first section in Unit 1 or Unit 4 is titled Words and Expressions. Now, some of this might be a little bit of a review, but other parts we have not covered yet this year. So your standard is 7C7, being able to compute with rational numbers fluently using a standard algorithmic approach, and that's a fancy way of saying can you compute using the order of operations. So 3 definitions that you need to put in your notes today. First is a numerical expression. This is an expression that contains combinations of numbers and operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I'm going to put a little note here. There will not be any variables yet, so no variables. Evaluate means to find the numerical value of an expression. So use those order of operations to come to an answer. Order of operations are the rules that you follow when evaluating an expression with more than one operation. And so I know we have discussed PEMDAS in the past, so we'll be working with that a little bit again today. So the first thing we're going to do is look at some sentences and translate the words into a numerical expression. You don't actually have to evaluate the expression, and your homework will be similar. So let's read through the first example. It says 18 marbles divided equally among 6 friends. So if you were to write that as an expression, what would it look like? So a lot of times I like to do some circling or underlining of things that stick out to me. So 18 divided and 6. So this expression would look something like this. 18 divided by 6, or you could write it as a fraction, 18 over 6, or even using the dividing box like this. So 3 different ways to write division. Number 2 says the total number of photos if there are 9 in the camera plus 4 more. So that expression would look like 9 plus 4. And as you're doing these examples, I do want you writing the words out and not just writing 18 divided by 6 and 9 plus 4. I do want to see the words written out in your notes. Number 3 says the age difference between 15 years old and 10 years old. So difference means subtraction, and we have 15 and 10. So you would be writing 15 minus 10. This is really the new part of the lesson today, being able to translate using some words that you already know and what they mean. So on the next several examples, I'd like you to just try these on your own because hopefully this part is the review. So evaluate the expression using order of operations. You're not going to see a lot of squares in this. In the past, we've actually done this lesson before we did powers, but in your homework, I will add exponents back into the example. So order of operations says we need to do division first. So we get 17 plus 4, or 21. Order of operations on number 5, we have division and multiplication. Remember that those are done left to right. Not one comes before the other. So 24 divided by 8 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Next we have 5 times the quantity of 4 plus 6 minus 7 times 7. So parentheses are done first, so that's 5 times 10. Minus 7 times 7. Now we have multiplication. 50 minus 49, or 1. On number 7, remember that brackets are just like parentheses. We just use brackets so that our eyes kind of don't play tricks on us by having multiple sets of parentheses. So this will be 3 times 18 minus 6 inside the first set of parentheses. I need to take care of that. That's 12 plus 2 times 4. And I should keep this one a bracket if I'm going to have the one on the end of the bracket. So this is 3 times 12 plus 8. So I need to do the multiplication inside the bracket before the addition. Now I have addition inside the parentheses, so this becomes 3 times 20, or 60. Here we have division. and subtraction. Remember, the line means division, that's the division bar. But we have subtraction on top and bottom, and before we can divide, we do actually need to subtract. So it's almost like having the top and the bottom in parentheses, because you need to, again, simplify the numerator and simplify the denominator before you go ahead and divide. So 49 minus 31 is 18, and 19 minus 6 is 3. Now we can do 18 divided by 3 and get 6. So again, some of this unit was a review, but the translating written expressions into numerical expressions, that's probably pretty new for you. In class, we'll work on worksheet 4.1.